All right, this is Attack of the Clones. You should be good with pretty much every version, unless you're using like the IMAX edition that's like 100 minutes long or whatever. But no one's gonna watch that.
Yeah, no one watches IMAX.
And I don't think anyone's seen it since like 2002. So here we go.
All right, 3, 2. All right, this is what it all comes down to again. Us trying to read The Crawl.
Oh boy, do you think we'll get it right once?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we did it, though. We nailed it, or we kind of nailed it on A New Hope.
Yeah, we got close. Well, after I screwed it up.
Yeah, but I killed it.
Okay, well, let's do this one. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
We should do the thing where I read a word, you read a word.
Star
Wars.
episode.
And no, it's not out yet.
Okay, well.
You gotta wait.
Is it coming? Episode
2
Attack
of
the
Clones.
This is stupid.
Yeah, you gotta put intonation on the
There
word. Is
unrest
in
the
galactic
Senate
several
thousand
solar
systems
have
declared
their
intentions
to
leave
the
Republic.
this
Separatist
movement
under
the
leadership
of
the
mysterious
Count
Dooku
has
made
it
difficult
for
the
limited
number
of
Jedi
knights
to
maintain
peace
and
order
in
the
galaxy.
Senator
Amidala,
the
former
Queen
of
Naboo
is
returning
to
the galactic. Wait,
I say galactic. You say Senate. To
the
vote on the critical issue of the creating of the Army of the Republic, blah, 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 blah. We know how this goes.
We almost did it. We were like one line away.
We were screwed up the last sentence. That was close. I'll give it that. Now this one we get a rare pan up instead of a pan down. Oh, the beautiful Naboo starfighters.
That they ruined for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I didn't like that they brought those back. It just doesn't make sense, but whatever, not the point.
Yeah, they're too specific a ship.
Yeah, it's just like, why would that? I don't know. Not the point. I always love the look of Coruscant when they're like in outer space. Just the whole cityscape looks
yeah,
so
it's
cool.
beautiful.
They really do try to fake us out that that's Padme.
They do, yeah.
Like they totally go for that.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the first movie shot digitally, I'm pretty sure. And every single shot in this has a special effect. Unlike the last one, which was still shot on film and had one shot that didn't have a special effect in it, this has every single shot.
I mean, this ship holds up. Like, it still looks not flawless. Maybe how, like, a Dune ship looks now,
Yeah.
because those Dune ships are incredible. But, I don't know, they look pretty solid. Same
Like
with the platform and everything.
Yeah, it still holds up as a movie. But they were doing, like, groundbreaking stuff. Like, they had to make cameras that could shoot 24 frames a second in video. Like, they had to do all this stuff on their own, because nothing had been done like this before.
Good old R2.
R2, reliable. Kaboom.
That guy did it. That stunt guy did a good flip.
Yeah.
So, like, how'd they blow up the ship? Because it's not like they shot it with something.
Like how even like that R2 unit took some fucking shot.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
He's dead. R2's fine though. He's a main character.
I like that piece is rocking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she sorry? She did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Yeah, that's your job. Your
Like,
job is to die.
I don't know what you're apologizing for. You killed it.
Where's her shoes? They just blew her shoes right off.
Also, I think it's a waste that it wasn't Captain Panaka with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you don't see him again, do you? Or does he show up again?
He's very sparingly appearing.
Yeah,
This,
I
well, this
just like
character
it.
at least. Yeah. Panaka, I don't think he shows up ever again.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why not just make Panaka the guy? Also, where did her shoes go? That explosion was so bad she lost her shoes?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Crazy.
Man, they really went hard with how good the like lore is for background characters. Because you got like Barriss Offee there, Luminara, Kim Fisto, Caddy Mundy, Plo Koon, whose head looks weirdly long compared to how it looks later on.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson it up.
Oh, they already got the red Imperial Guards. That's interesting.
Samuel L. Jackson in this movie almost doesn't look like Samuel L. Jackson in most other movies.
He looks really young.
Like, he just looks so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you look at that, and then you think of, like, him in Marvel, and you're like, that's not the same person.
I think it's a lack of any hair. Because, like, at least in the Marvel movies, he's got, like, a mustache or beard.
Maybe?
His younger stuff, he's got hair, you know?
Also, is that Uncle Otto? Like, from...
I think it's based on that character, at least.
No, but, like, retcon, like, is that who that is?
Probably.
It was a good use of foreground and background.
Yeah. CGI Yoda looks awful.
Wait, why is that guy wearing, like, pirate boots in the background?
That's Kiadi Mundi.
Look at his shoes.
He's a swashbuckler, Will.
Apparently.
They all got those kind of boots. As far as you know.
It was literally Count Dooku, and the fact that no one takes her seriously when she's the ex-queen of an entire planet is insane. You would think that she would, saying an accusation like that would hold some weight.
Yeah. But the Jedi are so stuck on their ways that they're not going to accept it. Hey, Jimmy Smits.
I think Jar Jar looked better in Phantom Menace.
I think so too. Everything just looks so awful.
That doesn't look bad. I think it just looks flat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the issue. But that's also, like, it's still an issue that we run into with most films nowadays. Like, I was watching something and I was like, oh, it was the first, like, 10 minutes of that Rebel Moon by Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
His ripoff of the Star Wars universe. And I didn't even make it 15 minutes in because I was like, oh, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
It was just all so flat and, like, just looked like it was shot on the volume or something. Or I don't know. Like, it just was like, oh, characters are very much not moving through real space.
Yeah. But they did go through a lot of effort when making this.
See, like, this light is motivated, though. Like, as they pass by different things, you see it changing on their faces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, like, even the reflection off that building, like, that's pretty legit. Like, that shot looks essentially flawless.
Yeah, it looks good.
Also, that choice for Ewan McGregor's hair, so good.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fit with any other version of that character, but it's just like, oh, chef's kiss.
Yeah, it's just like, for one summer, like, Obi-Wan had a mullet.
Yeah, literally.
We just all accept that. It's
just like, it's so good. I don't know. I love it.
Here comes Jar Jar for the PS2.
I don't know if he looks that bad. I always thought he was saying Annie, but he's actually saying Obi.
Yeah, he's more excited to see Obi-Wan than Anakin.
Yeah. I guess he probably spent more time with Obi-Wan than
I think
Anakin.
so, yeah. Although there was all that time on Tatooine that they were together. But it's not like they were, like, best friends or anything. Obi-Wan's just like, this is awkward.
Cringe.
Yeah. There was a lot of emphasis when they were making this movie on this being a romance story. And
well, that was the description for it on Disney Plus. It was talking about it being like romantic relationship building.
They try, but boy, they're starting off on the wrong foot.
Who is the actress beside Natalie Portman? Because she looks like she's from something else. Is she someone famous?
Probably. I didn't really look into the cast too much for this one.
No, I don't know, but I'm just seeing her now, and I'm like, she looks vaguely familiar from something I've just watched.
I'm sure I'll throw up a little thing on the video. Yeah, but you're not detectives.
You're being manipulated.
There are greater forces at will. Like, they just have like a domestic fight in front of like all these people. It's like, shut up and do what you're told.
I don't get why they don't set more security in her giant penthouse. Like, I get you don't want, like, people invading your privacy or whatever. But, or I guess Obi-Wan and Anakin are there.
Yeah, they got Jar Jar. He's a black belt.
Yeah.
Jar Jar has canonically killed people.
He is a general. Like, technically, he's a Gungan general. Like, he's pretty high ranking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Even if by complete accident. Oh, here we go. We got Jango Fett. They really kind of try to hide that this isn't Boba Fett, you know? Like, it's very much implied. It's like, ooh, this could be Boba Fett himself. Not his dad.
Yeah, but then you see the different colored armor, and then you're like, ah.
Yeah, but it's, like, deliberately, like, in the dark shadows,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I like that he just took off his robe and just tossed it on the couch. Like, he's just like, ah.
Well, there's no coat hangers anywhere.
See, but, like, if they're letting the Jedi just be there, right? Why not put security out on the balconies or things like that even, too?
Yeah, like, that would make sense.
Like, I don't know. They put R2 in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that pillow looks so uncomfortable. The way her neck is.
Now, for this upcoming scene with the creepy crawlies,
Yep.
I want to highlight the Foley artists because they do a fantastic job. That's
Foley's hard.
Deanie Thorpe and Gina Vanee. They did like all the sound effects and stuff. Well, that aren't like lasers and that kind of stuff.
All the Foley.
All the Foley, exactly, all the Foley.
Yeah.
And like, I was watching the behind the scenes, and they made some nasty sounds from like grapefruits. And also, they do all the sounds for the kissing in this movie as well.
Well, when I did the Foley to like remake all the sounds for John Wick movie trailer, I did some disgusting things to some peppers.
Yeah, vegetables and fruits, they are your best friend.
Yeah,
in the
they
Foley world.
really, and like breaking carrots or celery, I got some good bone snapping sounds. It made my family very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember.
Because you get the good like neck.
The crunch.
It's wet. I think that's what it like. You get the like juiciness of it.
Yeah, it's a snap. It's a crisp and a juiciness to it. Yeah.
I don't get how traffic works on Coruscant. Everyone always is driving like mostly in the same area, but then you also just see people randomly just drive wherever.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like there's any like traffic cops or anything to patrol or keep the
If they
streets
just
safe.
put someone out on the balcony, they would have been like, "Hey, what's that doing there?"
Well, they were just out on the balcony. They didn't see it.
Wait, were they on the balcony?
Yeah, they just walked in from the balcony.
Oh, also, how does that glass cutting thing work? I guess it's a laser. But what was the point of the green lasers?
I don't know, man. Quantum science.
The centipede guys are pretty creepy.
Ugh.
Ugh.
They sound awful.
I stand by that. Sleeping position and pillow is not comfortable looking.
No. The sheets and stuff, though, that wouldn't be too bad, but yeah.
I want to know how the centipedes were aware of what R2 is and what he's doing. Like, they were like, oh, the droid turned on. Let us hide.
There's a whole society of worm people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're represented in the Senate.
Also, they didn't even need to hide. Like, R2 wouldn't have seen them. They're just on the side of the bed. He wasn't going to see anything.
Yeah, true.
Also, nice of them to crawl on top of the sheets rather than go into the sheets.
Well, they gotta save money on the special effects somehow.
Well, just even then, it's easier for Anakin to kill them.
True. Like crawling on the sheets and
Yeah,
he
like,
cuts off her toe or
That's
something.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Took them long enough. It was literally moments away from her death.
Being menaced by poison bugs.
Wait, the continuity of her sitting up either doesn't make sense because he would have been holding his lightsaber like just above her head.
Sits up and just impales her. Zong. Sorry, my lady. I just cut your head off by accident.
Okay, also though, one of the best scores in all of Star Wars is this. This whole chase scene
Yeah.
slaps.
Well, some of this music's the stuff I pointed out the other time. That this here is was accidentally put into the Harry Potter movies. I think in the second one, During the Quidditch match.
Yeah, this whole chase scene.
Mm.
The like, I don't know what instrument that would be, but they're like, so good.
This has one of the best scores. This movie, out of like all the Star Wars movies, I think it's
This
really
and
good.
Revenge of the Sith, maybe.
Revenge of the Sith is really good too.
Okay, as much as I don't like the sequels,
Mm-hmm.
they did create some of the best like character scores
Mm-hmm.
for those characters.
Yeah, specific leitmotifs are really good, especially in The Force Awakens.
Kylo Ren,
Mm-hmm.
his score sick.
I think definitely though by the end of the sequels, John Williams started phoning it in a little bit
Yeah,
because he was
well,
like 90.
I think everyone was phoning it in a bit on those.
Yeah, but like Rey's theme, oh, that is a beautiful piece of music. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, as much as I dislike the sequels, the music for the first, I'll say for Force Awakens, because it really establishes all the music for all the other characters. Anyways.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
It's really good, yeah.
I also really like the sound design of the speeder.
Well, this diving sound I learned on the behind the scenes was made with an like a 1940s like air raid siren that was like pitch shifted.
I could see that.
Yeah, Ben Burt was just a genius when it comes to like sound.
It's so hard. Also, those engines look like the engines from Pod Racer.
Kinda, yeah.
Like he,
It's the
on
same
the front
kind of
there, it's kind of the two of them, and
It's
maybe
the
that's
same
why
kind of
he
design
liked
language.
it.
Yeah. It reminds me of something I used to own. Here's all the clunky exposition.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. It does what it needs to do, but
And let us remember, Return of the Jedi exposition.
yeah, I mean,
it was pretty rough.
Remember Return of the Jedi? It ain't that good.
Like, I think I enjoy this exposition more than Return of the Jedi, weirdly.
Well, there's stuff happening. They're not just like standing on a balcony.
Okay, true. People are gonna hate me maybe for that take, but you can suck it, haters. I stand by it. The whole thing of him just laughing maniacally too there is so weird.
It's in character though.
No, it totally is, but it's just a weird choice. No, you hate flying.
I relate a lot to Obi-Wan in these scenes.
That you dislike flying?
Well, no, not flying specifically, but like in traffic or anything, and people are driving like crazy. Like,
Yeah, okay, that's true.
yeah, if I'm in the car with someone and they're just not obeying the speed limit, I don't I don't have a good time.
So what you're saying is you hate my driving? Actually, I don't even drive that fast.
You're not bad actually.
I don't get why that activates it, or why it was even like off,
I don't know, man.
or just go over it.
I also like how it implies that that's not the first time they've done that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, this level on Lego Star Wars as a kid ruined me. I was so bad at this one. But once you get good at it, oh, you can make some serious studs.
They just assume it's a guy.
Well, Star Wars isn't the most accepting of universes.
No, not really.
They got slavery and xenophobia and just general racism, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure, yeah.
They also have classism and all sorts of other issues. Like, Star Wars is not a fun universe on a broad scale to live in.
Even
On
like
a micro level, sure, it'd be cool.
yeah.
But when you really take a step back and look at all the issues,
Even like environmental stuff. They're
Yeah,
just
like, they-
super industrial.
trash planets.
Yeah.
Like, Coruscant would not be an enjoyable place to live.
No, that would be a hellscape.
Because you're not going to be on the surface. Surface is for the rich people. And there's, like, what? Isn't there, like, thousands of levels that they talk about? Like, you're like, oh, like, you're just in the depths. I don't get how his arms don't rip off. Like, I get the force or whatever, but still.
He's been working out.
Well, he's got absolute monstrous grip strength.
It's all in the finger as well.
Well, it's insane. Look at that. Like, that's ridiculous. What?
Yeah, no way.
And they're at presumably pretty fast speeds. It's impressive. That shot looks a little wonky. I don't even.
Some of these aren't the best.
Although,
like this looks like the fifth element.
Practical.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is like, and some of the buildings too. I think even. But
well, actually, I know the speeders are practical because they of the behind the scenes shots of Anakin and Obi-Wan flying around in them. Also, I don't get why he dropped it there. And Obi-Wan so effortlessly is there to catch it, but just puts it on the seat when it's just gonna float up and fall out.
Yeah, in the convertible, he just sticks it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't get why Anakin's plan either. It's like, oh, let me just shoot the controls of the speeder I'm flying on.
If we're gonna die, we're gonna die together.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna take out all these pedestrians too.
Also, this is why flying cars are so dangerous. Like, you just got this hurtling out of the sky. People are like, oh my god.
Yeah, like everyone here could die easily.
Oh.
Like Anakin could have landed on a toddler.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Ooh.
Do.
Those characters have the worst hair.
Yeah. Although on the behind the scenes thing, they did like an interview with like a bunch of extras. And they just had a great time making this.
Yeah, it would be so much fun. You just stand there walking around in the most insane costume. Like, how could it not be a fun time?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you're telling me you don't want to just walk through a creepy alley like as an extra? That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, just to be one of those guys even like off to the side, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Although I want to be that squid guy.
Yeah, I want to have like a big alien prosthetic
Yeah,
on.
I have big squid head.
Just sweating. I wonder that guy with that tall hat.
This is the thing too, though, is this world feels more lived in, I feel like, than a lot of other planets too. Because Coruscant, like, there's always background people on Coruscant just doing whatever. Like the bar is packed. There's people going in and out of the bar. There's people going past the bar. Like,
yeah,
you don't need that really. People wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, and it's such a diverse group of like people and aliens.
And so much work would have gone into all these extras.
Oh yeah,
like they all have different costumes, different hair, different styles, different races. Even like there's different species.
Yeah, although costume wise, a lot of this stuff looks like aggressively 2002.
Oh yeah. It's kind of reminds me of like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But I think that is kind of the vibe of the Coruscant is Blade Runner. Like, I think that's very much on purpose with all the like neon and the signs.
Yeah. And it's also very Earth-centric too, Coruscant. Like, it feels the most Earth-like out of all the planets.
Well, isn't Coruscant also super like xenophobic?
Something like that. Oh, there's Ahmed Best.
Yeah, Ahmed Best! Wait.
I think that's the back of Anthony Daniels' head, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that totally could be him.
He's in these shots. I think that's him.
I'm going to go home and rethink my life.
He immediately bought death sticks after that conversation.
Well, didn't they go write a whole separate like short story about what he did after it? He totally went home and rethought his life and got his life on track.
I think there's a hint in like some children's storybook of him with like having like a little kid. Like,
yeah,
after
exactly.
All this stuff went down. Yeah.
Also, it's kind of funny that all sorts of people just checking out Anakin. They're like, "Oh, look at this guy."
I mean, you know, he looks good.
Yeah, he's not bad looking. I also like too that there's always like seems like gambling or something going on around. I don't know. It's a cool design.
Yeah.
Such good music too.
Obi-Wan's like, that's a good trick.
Yeah, that totally was Anthony Daniels. Did you see him?
He spun around. Got that reaction.
I would like to point out to people that's what Ahmed Best looks like, not the other guy from Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
That was not Ahmed Best as Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that a lot of people saw that video.
They were like
10,000 people saw it, and
they're like,
nah, that's not him, man. That's Ahmed Best. I'm like, no, it isn't. It's absolutely not him. That was done for reshoots. Why would they bring him back to be a double?
Exactly. And if they did bring him back, Jar Jar's in the scene.
They need him to be Jar Jar. Yeah.
Also, the other aliens, like, what's her name again? Shaz? I don't remember.
Which one?
The shape-shifting assassin.
Oh, Zam Wessel?
Yeah, Zam.
Yeah.
The other aliens that are the same species that show up every once in a while in Star Wars. I like them quite a bit. They did some cool things with those.
Yeah.
Especially in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like the slug guy.
Yeah, his tail like flopped down too. I like Dino Guy though.
Don't get too attached.
Yeah, well, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers of this movie from 22 years ago.
Maybe I haven't seen it. You don't know.
I haven't seen the ending yet.
Yeah, I never got that far.
I mean, out of all the Star Wars movies, I think this is the one I've seen the least, save for like...
Oh, this might be one of the ones I've seen the most.
Really?
I think so, because I used to watch this all the time as a kid with my cousins. Because we just really liked the end battle.
Yeah. I don't know. I had this one only on VHS, and while I had The Phantom Menace as well, I had seen that like hundreds of times. This was a late addition to my collection, to quote a general. And so I didn't watch it very often. I only saw it when I went to my grandmother's house. And even then, I would more rather watch the original trilogy than watch this. And Revenge of the Sith, I had a bootleg DVD of. So
Honestly, I think
good.
some of the only well-written dialogue in this is whenever Anakin and the Chancellor are talking back and forth. It actually feels somewhat understandable because, like, they'd both be... Because the Chancellor's trying to manipulate Anakin. Anakin's trying to be on his best behavior because he's talking to the literal Chancellor of the universe.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that their dialogue would feel a little awkward. Like, yeah, they're supposed to have a good relationship, but even then, he's trying to be formal.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I think... Frick, who plays the Chancellor?
Ian McDiarmid?
Yeah, Ian McDiarmid. I was going to say Ian McKellen, and I was like, that's not right.
You fool of a Jedi.
Okay, this shot, even when I was a kid, I was not a fan of it. I'm like, the Jedi Temple just looks wrong.
It looks way too big. It looks like some Byzantine temple. Like, it looks weird.
It just doesn't even look practical.
No. Well,
So much empty space, and like...
Yeah.
Because all the Jedi are supposed to live there and, like, work out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we got Yoda in his pod, his little mobility pod.
Well, that I didn't have a problem with. If you're Yoda walking around with big-ass people all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like something they did for this one scene. I like how this guy's fixing
the
the
detail
window.
of him fixing the window. So unnecessary, but so good.
I appreciate that kind of detail. in
But
this.
also, they're in the bedroom while he's putting the window on. You would think they would not be there.
Yeah.
Also, why does she trust Jar Jar with this role?
You know,
I don't know.
he's earned it.
No, he hasn't.
Little bitty
All Jar Jar
accident.
did was get ran into by Qui-Gon and then just stuck around.
He should have lurked. Although he did convince Padme to go back to the to Naboo to get the help of the Gungans, but
Yeah, but he also single-handedly enacts the Emperor, essentially.
yeah, but she doesn't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
How could she guess that? How could she think, oh, Jar Jar's gonna be the reason why we dip into fascism for the next 30 years? She can't think that far ahead, Will.
Well, not next 30 years, because the time jump between this and
Okay, fine. So it's
Revenge
gonna
of the
be
Sith is a couple years. So then
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
3
40 years?
so it's 3 years plus the 19 years plus another 4 years. So we're looking at what?
30-ish?
Less than 30. But still, like if you round up, it's 30.
I do like that suitcase design, though.
That is good. Yeah, I'd bring that to the airport.
You know what? The detail of the ball there doesn't look that bad. Although that seemed like it was comped in his hand. That didn't have the right weight or movement to it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, though. That chair also doesn't look real. What's wrong with that chair?
It looks weirdly human.
It looks off.
Like that looks like a regular ass chair. Doesn't look like a Star Wars chair.
Also, when it cuts back to her walking into the closet, look how, like, awkward her clothes look. Like, they just... I know she wears, like, the most extravagant outfits.
Yeah, just velvet.
Also, I hate Anakin's whole, like, pissy moment here. I get why he's doing it, because he's like, oh, I like Padme and whatever, I'm frustrated.
I want to be with Padme. Yeah.
But I don't know, even their relationship here is a little weird. They do, the one thing I will say they do a good job of is the height difference between her and
And Hayden.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hayden. Like, they do a good job of actually using it to, like, make you feel the kind of awkward dynamic. Also, that look. That is a look.
He's like, Anakin, dude, like, freaking chill. Like, get some lotion. Go to the bathroom. Take a fucking minute, please.
Yeah,
Before we get on this
go to the bathroom,
shuttle.
use that lotion, come back, and chill.
Yeah, then we'll have a conversation. We'll get on the bus together.
He needs the post-nut clarity.
He's got to figure his yank it on. To quote a Family Guy bit.
Yank it.
It's like a poncho. You can hide your hands underneath. I might cut that.
No, it's gotta stay. Also, if they're trying to blend in, why is she wearing the most extravagant outfit possible?
Well, compared to other people on Coruscant, it's not that extravagant. But,
Okay, but they're like flying on like a sketchy ship.
yeah.
Anakin's wearing like a poncho and that's it.
They're going to on Delta Airlines and they're wearing like royal uniforms.
No, Anakin looks like a normal person.
He looks... Yeah.
Well, normal person for the Star Wars universe.
He looks like Luke Skywalker.
People like to rock ponchos in the Star Wars universe. His outfit looks so comfortable.
Also, it's filthy. There's like grime on that.
Oh yeah, but that's
It's
good.
like a big gum stain on it.
It does have a giant stain.
I told you, let's
Okay,
yank it.
But that's good though. You want stains on like real clothes. It's real world. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Make it look lived in.
That's true. That's true.
I like those guys just walking. Wait, that guy is wearing a rebel like pilot outfit.
So is that guy. He's a time traveler as well.
Yeah, apparently. We were sent back from the future to protect you at all costs, Mrs. Padme. Your kids are going to stop the uprising of the Emperor. This is Arnold.
I'm glad they didn't put time travel into... Well, they kind of did. Never mind.
Oh, Steve, it's your favorite.
Oh, yay. Ripped straight from the 50s. Dropped in Star Wars.
I mean, personally, I actually enjoy Dex, but it's not the point. Also, what is that lady doing? Is she shining a spoon on her dress? Also, the guy to the left of Obi-Wan there looks like he was ripped right out of Doctor Who.
Yeah. These are very Doctor Who looking people. But like classic Doctor Who, like shoestring budget costumes. Like,
I like Dex. I don't know. Adding Dex as a character and then like Obi-Wan's as friends with him, I like that idea.
yeah, I like him too, but I think it's just, it looks too,
It does look weird.
like, this looks too like our world for my taste.
He also is the same species as the worst person in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Pong Krell.
Oh, Pong Krell.
No one likes Pong Krell.
No.
Most heartbreaking episodes.
Not even Pong Krell likes Pong Krell. That guy's got a tattoo. Big anchor. Like he's Popeye or something.
I know the archives were like wiped or whatever, but how does no one else know about Kamino? Like you would think the Kaminoans are relatively known.
Yeah, if Dexter Jester knows him.
Yeah, like exactly. And I know like Dexter was apparently into some weird stuff. Like
he's like in the underground. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, cool detail. You see the aliens in the background actually talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't have to do that.
Yeah. They put a lot of effort into this movie.
Oh,
For better or worse.
that looked a little wonky.
Yeah. This looks like one of those live action cutscenes in a video game from around this time.
Okay, yeah, it kind of does.
Like all the green screen and everything. And these CGI.
You take Obi-Wan out of this, and now you're just in a cutscene.
Yeah. Travel to Camino.
I like how
collect 5 tokens.
he was here too. Pocketbook is.
Obi-Wan's just like, get your hand off my knee. I could see only 3 of them.
Oh,
Put the other one away.
I have a fun fact.
Yeah?
So this library here is based on the Book of Kells library. Not that the book is there, but it's where the like you go through the Book of Kells tour in Dublin
Okay.
at the University of Dublin. Although it has a different full name, not the point.
Mm-hmm.
But George Lucas wanted to film at that library. They said no, so we went back in with a camera, took a shitload of pictures, like with a camera on a tripod.
Mm-hmm.
Tripods are now banned from that library because of George Lucas, because he ripped it right for Star Wars. It's almost a 1-for-1 replica with all the like the sculptures and the way the bookshelves and everything looks.
That's
and how
amazing.
the hall looks.
That's something I never heard of.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
No, like that's genuine reason.
Did you learn that on your trip to Ireland?
I did.
Well, it was worth it. It was worth the trip to get
But
that
yeah,
fun
like
fact.
all the statues at the end of all like the rows of bookshelves and the way the bookshelves all look, and then the vaulted ceilings and everything. Like it's the exact same.
Wow.
It's ripped from that.
That's amazing.
George Lucas wanted to film there, and they said no.
I know a lot of the other location stuff he found when he was like on vacations and stuff, like the stuff on Naboo, like in Italy, he found. But yeah, that's something I never knew. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're welcome. I got the facts this time.
Yeah, you did the research.
I have pictures. I'll send you pictures.
Did you use a tripod? Or
I
the
did not.
The Irish security guards beat the shit out of you after that.
Well, actually, our tour guide that explained that part, she wasn't doing that part, but she was from like somewhere in like the Midwest from the U.S.
Okay, sure.
Oh man. So, wait, how is possession forbidden? He can't own anything. How do you have clothes?
The Jedi are communists, Will.
Yeah,
To the highest degree.
but like you have things that are yours. He owns a ship later.
That's true, yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, the Jedi are inconsistent. Let's
Yeah,
just
that's
leave it
true.
at that.
Fair.
Rules for me, but not for thee, so to speak. Oh, here we go. Across the Stars, the music. Oh, my
Classic.
favorite Star Wars piece, I think. It's so good.
Is that Jocasta Nu as a statue?
Looks like her, but I don't think it is.
Also, there was Ayla Secura there.
Mm-hmm.
That one kid is not doing well. He's just holding his lightsaber out in front of himself.
Yeah, that's funny. I watched the behind the scenes, and then one little kid's like, "I can't see with this thing over my face," and they're like, "You're not supposed to see."
I also like the detail that not all the little kids are human.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could have been an easy like cop out, but they.
No, they did the work.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's not mostly human, but still.
Not that the non-humans ones are any convincing at all, but yeah,
I actually do genuinely like this scene a lot too.
Mhm. It's nice.
It's a nice touching scene where like he goes to ask Yoda for help. Yoda's doing something else, but still takes the time to help him.
Mm-hmm. And the kids are more helpful than Yoda.
Yeah, well, Yoda specifically guides them through it as
Yeah.
like an exercise of understanding thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good scene, yeah.
Do you think they told him just walk to a random point, just point,
Yeah, just-
and we'll fix it later?
All right, we'll fix it in post.
Well, it's not even that necessarily you have to fix it, but the girl on the front left kind of looks like my sister.
Yeah, a
Wait
little
till
bit.
they turn. If they turn,
I saw her earlier. Yeah, I saw her.
look at that hair.
Not how possible it is.
Truly wonderful kids are.
Obi-Wan's just like, Yoda, can I have a word with you? Can't be saying that, man.
I don't know why Obi-Wan didn't think of this. If he's like, if it's not on the thing, like, oh, let me go there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why continue this conversation while the kids there too? Like,
Yeah.
like the kids are like, what? Rogue Jedi? It's not safe in the temple? Panic!
Yeah, they just are freaking out. Good thing their parents are there to find out. Take them out of Jedi school.
I mean, I don't think that's quite how that works.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good looking shot.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't think they did salt waterfalls there.
No, not this time.
That's lame. You would think they'd still have the assets too. Like, why not just reuse them?
Aren't you going up the stairs?
You just like wiggle.
Be pretty good to use your jetpacks there, buddy. Gonna fucking leave you behind.
The design of Naboo is so nice. Like, Naboo looks like such a nice city.
Hey, Gungans up on
Yeah,
the
they're
surface.
just hanging out. Yeah, but you were the queen.
I don't like that whole
You
elected
stepped
queen
down
thing.
from being the queen. Then the queen came back to you and was like, "Hey, since you were the old queen, do you want to be the senator?" Don't make sense.
We got to replace Palpatine. He kind of took over the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's got to take his place as senator. They're like, Governor Bibble. No.
Governor Bibble is like always anti anything.
He's the opposition. It doesn't matter what it is. He's always going to be the opposition.
Yeah, I mean, how many queens of Naboo are actively living, or kings? I don't know. Like, because clearly she didn't serve as queen for very long.
Mm-hmm. Also, the actor who played Governor Bibble wasn't available, so they had to just green screen all this stuff.
Wait, really? It's not him there?
He wasn't physically there, no.
Oh, well, you cannot tell.
No, they did a good job, yeah. But, like, they had a double for him, and I saw it in the behind the scenes. It was a much better double than the other guy. I'm going to be honest.
You can't tell. He looks like he's there.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that they went through the effort to, like, bring back him. To have that kind of continuity from the other movies.
Yeah, but just not Panaka.
Yeah, no Panaka. I don't know, he's probably doing something else. Yeah, but he's still a Jedi. He's just a Padawan Jedi.
You're still a Jedi. You don't have to shit on him like that. Come on, man.
He's like, excuse me, ma'am.
I like that he puts his hands on his hips.
He's so sassy. Shut up, Mr. Yankett.
The queen, like, even having this argument for the queen of the planet. So uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is like the awkward...
Like, literally scolds him in front of everyone as they stop.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Such good sound design.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just because it's not in the Jedi database, wouldn't it be in other databases, presumably on, you know...
Yeah, you think the Republic might have a copy, or
yeah, or
some pirate or something, I don't know.
Military, or just some sort of library, or some sort of, like, geography place.
Yeah, maybe go to the next over system and just be like, hey, do you know about our planet being here? And they're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we can
I don't
see
know,
it
there's
with
just
a
not
telescope.
some other public map.
Is it like a map of the guy?
Or like
pulls out an atlas and
his
just
ship computer or R2, like they have understanding of like, because you always are like, oh, put in the coordinates for this location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know. I like the look of the Kaminoans though. Their eyes are super creepy.
yeah, they're like very extreme gray aliens. But like if you took a gray alien and just stretched it.
Oh yeah. I think I like their planet, like just the ocean planet. Pretty sick.
Yeah, and also the sets here too. These are all like models, and they look really good.
Well, that shot looks a little weird.
Well, okay, the compositing is
not the
bad, and the lighting is a bit overexposed, but still.
I think it's purposely done that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're also overexposing part of the top of his head, so that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. I think all the Kaminoans are played by Australian actors, and they even did like the dubbing sessions like internationally.
Yeah.
For it, they were like recording in Sydney, Australia, and then they had George Lucas like listening to the loops and stuff, like basically live wherever he was in the United States. Yeah.
Why'd they choose to do all Australians? Just now. Shouldn't that have instantly been a red flag? Like I know that he's suspicious, but the fact that they're on schedule because there's a schedule is worrying.
Yeah.
Like you maybe ask him like, hey, like when are these requested for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like that alone should have been like a question.
Yeah.
But they're more worried about like, oh, the fact that the army exists. Yeah, the fact that an army exists, but the fact that they're on schedule to have it for a certain date.
And also the fact that they didn't like ask anyone. They're like, oh hey, here's an update. And,
yeah, exactly. They didn't send updates to anyone at the Jedi Temple.
They just sent them to the Jedi Master Sifo Dyas, and he never answered.
But we just kept going. Or like, presumably they're being paid, right?
Yeah.
So like,
we haven't seen him since the day he fell off the balcony after Senator Palpatine pushed him off. Seems odd that he would never reply to our answers.
We watched him get drowned in a sink.
Jedi Master Sifo Dyas was murdered right here. Why is he not replying to our emails?
We actually cloned him.
We cloned him. He should be replying any day now.
You could go to that location.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful.
You actually can get married at this location too.
That's not a bad idea. I'm keep that in the brain.
No, like at this exact spot, it's apparently an option in Italy to go get married here. It's expensive.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But like if you rent it for like an hour to get married, I think it's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take just a couple guests, not like a whole bunch of people, and do that.
Yeah, I'll be there. Hopefully.
You can come to my wedding, yeah.
I guess you gotta find someone to get married to, though.
See, yeah, first steps first. I'm gonna book the venue. That's gonna be the hardest part.
You gotta schedule it like they did the clothes.
Yeah. We are on a schedule.
I got one girlfriend.
With many more units on the way.
One wife on the way.
This is for Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas, is it not?
The fact that he just like caressed her arm also is creepy.
Yeah, he's just like,
and, like
rubbing her back.
Oh, come here, Steve. Oh, if Natalie Portman looked at me like that, game over.
My knees would get weak and I'd fall over.
I'm falling off the balcony.
Oh, blood loss.
Like, oh my god. Nope. Mm-mm. Bad Jedi. I don't like sand.
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
You technically didn't. You were accosted.
Like his
face there.
Like, oh, fuck.
Oh, man. Oh, a classic Star Wars wipe.
Yeah.
The whole babies in test tubes part of this, too. Super weird looking.
Yeah, they got all those little Colin mockeries. They watched my shorts, you'll get the joke.
Yeah, that short, though, is so
or they're just bald and that's the joke, I don't know. Make up your mind.
Well, that one's kicking. Did you see it wiggling its legs?
These are bred to be warriors, Will.
Well, there you go. Combat education.
Mm-hmm. From the womb.
It's still pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they did do more with the clones in the movies.
Yeah, it's kind of a missed
Like, we don't
opportunity.
see any of the Clone Wars. I know we see the start and basically the end, but, like, I really wish we got another movie kind of, like, covering the Clone Wars even, or I don't know.
Like an in-between movie would be good.
Yeah, I know that wouldn't fit into, like, the perfect trilogies, but that would have been sick. Oh, you could even see them training hand-to-hand combat down there.
Yeah, it's cool.
But, like, why are they getting fully suited up in armor, even? They're not going anywhere or doing anything.
Yeah.
It's not even a red flag to the Kaminoans that only one Jedi has now shown up.
Mm-hmm. Thousands and thousands of clones, and they're just like, well, someone's gonna pick them up eventually. Like,
yeah, where are they housing all of them? They said they had 200,000.
yeah, I don't know.
Their city is not that big. Oh, the weird tick things.
Yeah,
I hate those guys.
yeah, they're kind of the worst thing of these scenes, and that's including the dialogue.
It's
too.
too bad they
to
had to add the fake waterfalls in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you could have done this with a real location.
Yeah, just like this.
Don't we see Paolo in the Clone Wars?
I think so. I think he shows up.
Like, doesn't he like join the Separatists or something?
I think he does. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't make sense that he would not like politicians.
No, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm. All of them from Naboo, and one of them I want to bang, and one of them's Jar Jar, and the other one's Palpatine.
I like Jar Jar, you and Palpatine.
That's it. Have you met any other politicians?
Yeah, he actually probably hasn't at this point.
It's like, no.
He'd probably like Bail Organa, though.
Probably.
And he meets Bail Organa later.
Yeah. But I mean, he is like on the road to fascism. Like,
yeah.
He's just like, we just need someone to be in charge of everyone and to tell everyone what to do, and no one can have any votes.
Yeah, he is.
She's just like, do you know who you're talking to? Like,
doesn't she agree with him later, though?
She kind of does.
Also, I like her earmuffs.
Yeah.
Like, they're right over her ears.
They kind of look like those bags of like fruit you buy in the grocery store. Well, a little bit. Just your hair.
Wait, doesn't he make a terrible face here again too?
I think so. Oh, the music. I used to be able to play this on the saxophone. Probably still could if I had a saxophone.
I'm sure you could get one used. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Get off the tick.
The angle at which he's standing on that, too, doesn't even make sense.
That's how he became Darth Vader. He got trampled by a tick with a giant ass. Oh no, Anakin, I gotta go help you.
Yeah, let's roll around in the grass. Yeah, the whole thing of her being like, I shouldn't flirt with you, does that. I like the detail of these flying ocean guys. And the waves.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're not fitting 200,000 clothes in that thing.
Maybe they just keep them underwater.
Maybe.
I don't know. They got these like little apartments. But
Yep. me when a stranger comes to the door looking for my parents.
Yep.
Yep.
I love Daniel Logan. He's great.
Will, is your dad here? Yep.
I remember years ago, back when I used to be on Instagram a whole lot, I got him to like a comment of mine. Same with Ray Park. And those were the only celebrities of Star Wars that I actually interacted with. And they both got into like some crazy fights with each other. Anyway. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that like that happened.
You literally see his armor in the background. It's right there.
Yeah, I know. And like Obi-Wan like even leans over and he's like, hey, what do you got over there?
You would think you would keep that closed.
And he like moves away so he has to focus on something else. Come on,
That's actually not like the most like. That's not the best question. Like, oh, wouldn't Sifo Dyas have hired you? No, wouldn't the Kaminoans have hired him?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that have raised a red flag because Darth Tyrannus is name dropped by Dooku later in this movie?
Well, Dooku is Darth Tyrannus.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of people like lay out very explicitly what their plan is to Obi-Wan, and he's just like,
nah,
fuck, you're lying.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe it. That's not true. It can't possibly be true.
The kid does a good job of giving him dirty looks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if he's been in a whole lot since, but I think he'd be pretty good.
I mean, I feel like what's his face who plays Django?
Tamir Morrison?
Yeah, he's been in a lot recently.
He has, yeah.
Because he did Aquaman, and then he's done the Boba Fett show. I feel like he's done some more things outside of that, even.
Did I say Jango Fett? I meant Boba Fett.
Yeah, I don't know. Same difference, whatever.
Well, anyway, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing...
the pear scene. Wait. Ready?
Just takes a big fucking bite out of it.
Well, no, just wait. Watch her bite the pear. And then put it in slow motion later on.
Oh, is this some janky ass?
Oh,
effect?
yeah. She slurps off a piece of the pear. Ready? Wait for it. Oh, it's floating over. Oh, ooh.
Gonna save that for later.
You see her just
inhaled that.
She doesn't even bite into it. It just goes
breaks off.
Yeah, man. The whole thing of like, I shouldn't flirt with you. Let me put on my most sensual outfit. Let's sit by this fireplace late at night after we've probably had some Naboo wine.
Yeah.
Fish, you were 10. I remember being as a kid, like, this is just bad.
Yeah, it's not the best. Not bad though. It's
Is this the best you could do, George? Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like George isn't exactly a smooth talker.
Steve, you should try texting that to someone. See how that works for you.
No,
Works for him.
yeah, because he's a fictional character, Will, with a creative god overlooking him.
What do you mean? I thought they were real. I thought this was a documentary.
Oh, I should have known. I should have told you the warning. You know, Santa Claus isn't real either. You know?
What?
What?
No, you. No, you don't.
No, not according to me.
Who talks like that? We live in a real world where stuff like that can't happen.
I like how they're both wearing leather for this scene.
Yeah.
Anakin, we can't do this.
You just take off the fabric parts of his outfit, and this scene changes real quick.
Anakin, you're in my bondage room. Get out.
I like the fire too. That wood is not on fire though. That's a gas fireplace.
Naboo and their plasma gas.
It looks like, you know, those like fake fireplaces.
Yeah.
It looks like that wood with like gas coming out of the bottom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, that's totally what it is. Look at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because that's a practical fire, I want to say.
Looks like it, yeah.
Like, this room looks practical.
Most of it, yeah. Also, that's a dining room table right over there. They're just like they're just like a little alcove.
Until I literally marry you like 3 days later.
Until we bang in the next scene.
I don't understand the cringe. It's not even important what they say here. You just get the gist of the argument from them walking like and looking angry.
Yeah. That green screen, it ain't looking the best.
Green screen's not greening.
It's not greening enough. It's like just better than my little edit.
Prepare for the meme win.
Like a little physical antenna.
Me every time it's raining heavily outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you think that didn't look like the back of Samuel Jackson's head in the reverse over the shoulder?
I don't know, man. I didn't study it too hard. Or you could go to Camino, get off your patukas, and get there.
Yeah, why not just send people to like question him? Like, you already know he's there, and he had really like no big intentions of leaving until he decides to because of Obi-Wan.
Yeah. How do you know that, Yoda?
I mean, he knows Yaddle got murdered by Dooku.
That hasn't happened yet, Will.
No, it does. It happens at the end of Phantom Menace.
I meant in real life.
Oh.
George wasn't thinking of that.
Well, George actually had nothing to do with that, but
Well, exactly.
it's a nice looking sunset.
Yeah.
Sunrise.
And we completely talked over the shirtless Anakin scene. Actually, this is a good shot. I
mean,
this.
Hayden Christensen for these movies is pretty jacked, though.
He is, yeah. He's pretty toned. Also, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but filming in Italy was the first time he ever left North America.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he says that in the documentary I watched.
Kind of cool. Try that as a line.
No. This is a what not to do kind of movie, Will. Again, this brings up the questions we had the last time of why didn't anyone do anything about Anakin's mom, but
right?
I think we kind of beat that dead horse.
Padme couldn't just go buy her.
Yeah,
like just free her. You own a planet.
Yeah. No, I need to buy all my dresses and stuff so I can be a senator.
Fuck, sell one of them.
I need this villa. Do you?
Why didn't he go sooner?
Because of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but it's not like that ever stopped him, apparently.
But, I don't know. I guess Obi-Wan just had a freaking chain around his neck this whole time before.
Such an iconic ship.
Mm-hmm. Hey, another poncho.
Yeah, people love ponchos. It actually doesn't really make sense for him to be in full armor as they're packing up to leave. Like, I get he's presumably expecting that Obi-Wan's gonna come try and stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, you know?
Oh, yeah, I guess so he doesn't have to carry it. You know? Like in his hands. Put it in the suitcase.
Yeah, I guess so. How did that not kill Obi-Wan? He was in the fire of it.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of weird to think, like, when you look at the original trilogy, that like, Obi-Wan and Boba Fett basically fought.
Yeah, they did. Boba Fett shot him with a laser from a ship.
Did I ever tell you about the time when Boba Fett, the bounty hunter, shot me with a giant fucking ship?
Whee. I like that his plan is to just kind of drag him around.
Yeah, just toss him over the edge.
That jetpack was not very well secured.
Nah, not at all.
Why'd you kick him then?
Dipshit Obi-Wan. I feel like you should be talking a bit more.
I'm so enraptured by the action here.
You're captivated by this film. It's brilliance. Yeah.
Whee.
But this is a good fight scene. Like,
yeah, no, it is good.
out of all the stuff in the prequels, this always sticks in my mind.
Oh man, Obi-Wan's poor hands would be just cut up.
Yeah, he has robot hands for the rest of the series. He had to get him replaced. Doop, doop, doop. Just an unnecessary flip.
Why do you have to force the door open? I get that it's probably locked, but you know, he didn't know that for sure.
Just wraps his hand in a little bit of cloth, just breaks the window, reaches in, unlocks it.
Wraps his hand in his cloak.
Smash!
Also, he got upstairs so quickly.
He did that little force run.
Also, good old Easter egg where he
bonks his head.
Melon.
Yeah. Yeet.
Boom.
Boing.
Oh yeah, we're coming up for the best sound in all of cinema. Also, no one else tried to stop Anakin and Padme from leaving.
Yeah, Governor Bibble wasn't just like, hey, yo, dudes, you gotta stay here.
Yeah, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Back on Tatooine again.
Yay.
So he's gotta be at fucking Tatooine.
Poor R2 didn't make the cut to get a ride.
If the droid's gonna pull us, the droid's gonna have to ride behind. Hey, Watto! Arguing with a pit droid.
Smolba!
Hey, Annie, little Annie! What are you doing here? Little baby.
Yeah, the little guy running after the. I like that Watto doesn't recognize him at all.
Well, why would he, you know?
I know. Eddie!
Annie!
Little Eddie!
It's my boy!
Why you massacre my boy?
They turned you into a Jedi. I think he's got a little hat. It's a nice addition.
Hat is really good.
It's all dripped out.
Yeah, Watto is pretty flawless. Like, he's not
Mhm.
perfect, obviously, but he looks really good.
Yeah.
And his eyes in this, too, really pop.
Mm-hmm. We could cut his head off.
Yeah, after he freed her, Shmi wasn't like, let me go see my son.
Yeah. Should we go find her son? He got taken by the Jedi to Coruscant. You know exactly where he is.
Watto doesn't seem like the type of guy to keep records about that.
Yeah, it seems like kind of under the table, not paid with Republic Dactyris. Yeah, he seems like a very shady businessman. Oh, here we go. The asteroid belt.
You know what doesn't make sense?
What?
Or I guess it kind of does, but like presumably no one's really coming out here.
No, probably not.
Why aren't the Federation ships already just in orbit? Because they'd be on the planet at this point.
They are,
ready to
yeah.
Launch. Why not have already launched them and blockade the entire planet? Like, they're already preparing for war. They know they're going to go to war.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not already preemptively blockade the planet just to protect it?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's what I would do if I was
Exactly. Like,
alien.
you're days away at this point. Like, oh,
yeah.
bad.
All good.
Like, they're hypothetically 2 days away from, blockading the planet. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense, to be honest.
Because that's the whole point, is that, like, once they get the ships up into orbit, then we won't be able to attack Geonosis.
Yeah.
So that's why they shoot them down.
Yeah.
But why aren't they already up?
And I mean, it's already the place where they manufacture battle droids anyway. Like,
Exactly.
It wouldn't raise too many eyebrows.
No one would care.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of bold of them to assume to just fly into an asteroid that there's going to be a way out.
Yeah, not a giant slug or something in there.
Why did they say watch out to? They didn't. That
Yeah,
has to have been edited out of context.
It probably was, knowing George.
The old reverse.
Mm-hmm. Doubling back on him.
I really like the sound of the guns for
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett's or Jango Fett's ship.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Like, it's very distinct. No other ships sound like that either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, like I said, sound in this movie is fantastic. I like his little headband thing. Like, it's a neat take on, like, the headset.
I also really like the look of missiles in Star Wars with the
Mhm.
blue kind of tracer behind it.
Yeah, yeah. It's unique. It doesn't look like too much else. This does remind me a lot of Empire Strikes Back in a lot of ways.
Well, I think that's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's obviously intentional, but yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the same plot-ish.
Yeah, heroes are separated. They gotta go do a bunch of stuff.
And, like, one person is lured there by a trap, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Not that it's on purpose the same way it is in Empire, but still.
Yeah.
The old reverse. The double Uno reverse. See, but, like, why haven't they launched them? Like, they're clearly getting ready to do that.
Yeah,
Why
I know.
not have already just done that when you're days away?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I guess they're maybe not quite as close as one would maybe have assumed originally, but I don't know.
Yeah, they aren't as prepared as they would be
To me,
otherwise.
even not having, like, one or two already up makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said, it is the location where they produce these things.
Yeah. It's kind of neat to see the parts of the big Trade Federation ships being, like, on the planet itself. It's kind of a cool visual. They look like little eggs. That was a set they built, that, like, wall. I know that much.
Ah, yes. Let's build this rock wall.
Well, yeah, they filmed some stuff of Obi-Wan climbing up on it. For later, I guess, but...
I don't think it's ever really used. I guess that.
Yeah.
That's a good looking shot.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there we go, the old
Back where
homestead.
it all started, the old moisture farm.
Mm-hmm. Now, this was filmed on location. They actually did that. And
C-3PO looks worse in this movie.
Yeah.
Although, I guess he was practical in the last one, but...
He is in this one, too.
He is?
I think it's...
His head doesn't look practical.
Well, I think they might have touched it up a little bit, but they...
I guess his body looks better. Like, you look at his arms, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they had... they brought Anthony Daniels all the way out to Africa, and he was like... He wasn't too happy to be there, but, like, he was very nostalgic when he was there. He was like, oh, this is so familiar. I've got tingles. Owen Lars in his bathrobe.
Yeah, they don't like to wear non-towels out here.
Yeah, just... the
God, they would
rattiest
have been
clothes.
cooking out in the sun.
They're cooking. Yeah.
No.
She's my slave wife.
Well, he freed her, remember? And then...
Oh, yes, that's right.
Although it's not like she really had much of an option. She's out in the middle of goddamn nowhere.
Well, you can walk back to Mos Espa, or you can stay with me and be my wife. Oh, great. Not quite blue milk, but close enough. They did go through a lot of effort to kind of make this look as close as they could.
Yeah, it looks good.
Mm-hmm. I assume they had to touch up a lot of stuff from the just erosion and things, but yeah. And I know when they were filming this, they also filmed that shot at the end of Revenge of the Sith when they're on Tatooine instead of having to go back out there the next time.
Oh, they just preemptively did it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, George was like, yeah, I'm filming a little bit of stuff for episode 3. And they're like, why? He's like, oh, it's a secret. He said something along those lines. It's in the documentary.
God damn, Natalie Portman looks good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's single now again, from what I've heard. Divorced her husband, so there's still a chance. For you, not me, but still.
Yeah. I'm a Jedi. You could date me. Like, no, get away from me, you creep.
Is it wrong that I want, like, a how it's made, but it's moisture farming in Star Wars universe?
do, 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 do.
Like just to understand how it actually like works.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting to see. Yeah, like an in-universe like training video.
I don't know.
Hey, this is Watto's moisture evaporators. Come and have a look.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. You know. Also, their speeder bike. He just steals that, right? Like that's him just taking.
Yeah,
it.
that's Owen Lars's speeder bike. Yeah.
Like I guess maybe he asked,
Mm-hmm.
but like, doesn't you don't seem like it. Also, no eye protection with all that sand.
Yeah, that sand that he doesn't like.
Yeah, like you could even see some of it getting kicked up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that face.
Yeah, even when
Hayden
he's
Christensen makes good, angry, or like upset or disgusted faces.
Yeah, he's good at that. Yeah.
He's got like a face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the return of Duel of the Fates here.
Yeah.
Fits very thematically. That's a cool shot. I like that one.
Yeah, I like the Jawas crawlers.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this whole sequence of them like traveling to find her is really good.
I like the little Jawas off in the distance too, doing things.
Mm-hmm. and we're back to Geonosis. These designs are based on like termite mounds.
I like the sound design for Geonosis with the kind of like drums or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
The doop, 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 doop.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of reminds me of the waiting part of the battle on Phantom Menace.
Yeah, kind of.
It's got the same kind of like pop, 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 pop.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that Obi-Wan just kind of walks in here is wild.
Yeah.
He's not even really sneaking around. He's just kind of walking around.
He's strolling around.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not trying that hard to hide.
Mm-hmm. He's not doing the Alec Guinness thing where he's like lurking around, hiding on the walls. Yeah.
It would have been really funny if they had him do that. Just so it stays within character. Yeah, like even here, he's just kind of jogging down the stairs.
Oh, here we go. Count Dooku.
Oh, here we go. Now he's like, oh, maybe I'll... He's right there!
I have a sense in the Force that there's a Jedi here. Viceroy's out for blood.
I like the Techno Union guy.
The Techno Union. Yeah.
I used to know what his name is.
Wat Tambor.
What?
Wat Tambor.
Oh, well, there you go.
I know this stuff still. I really wish Count Dooku was in this a bit more than he is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Star Wars is severely under Count Dooku for how good of a performance he gives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the caliber of actor that Christopher Lee is, like...
Yeah, it's seriously under Christopher Lee.
Mm-hmm. But then again, he also did like really crappy movies too. Like, but he would elevate things. He'd be like the best part of it. Kind of weird to cut between those scenes.
It is a weird cross-cutting.
To just have this little vignette of what's going on with the separatist in the middle of Anakin's rescue of his mother.
Yeah.
I guess you have to show the time passing.
It's an interesting way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's like it doesn't not work. Like it feels very natural.
It fits, yeah, but it's not a decision I would have made. I don't think.
No, I don't think I would have either.
I would have kept the focus on Anakin stuff and at least finished with that. I guess like asleep.
Yeah. Where'd they get the tree branch? It's not like there's a lot of trees in this area.
Good point. Yeah, they got like a fire going with branches and stuff.
Yeah, with wood. Like where are you getting wood?
That's a good point. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Like unless they're trading for wood just so they can have a fire?
Yeah, no idea.
Her saying that too, such a heart-wrenching moment. Like, that's the first thing she says to him.
Mm-hmm.
This is some of the best acting in all of Star Wars.
It's really good.
I think people give Hayden Christensen too much hate for his performance. Because you can see
Yeah.
he can clearly act.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you give him real shit, it's clearly, like, he's good.
Yeah, you give him that, and you give him a really good actress to work off of. It's fantastic.
Like, he's even crying.
Mm-hmm. I think this is probably the best scene in this entire movie.
Well, and even, like, his facial expressions, like, you see him, like, really going through, like...
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. People say that Hayden Christensen can't act or just wrong, in my opinion.
I mean, there are some scenes where he's not the best in this movie, but like...
No, but it's also, you gotta think about the material that he was given, or the
Mhm.
direction that George Lucas was trying to give him as a director.
Yeah.
Like, he goes through so many emotions here.
Mm-hmm. It's a good transition.
Oh yeah, also the fact that you can hear Qui-Gon in the background.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that vision, yeah.
It's a cool
really good.
detail. But you're also supposed to be able to hear him on the side, Anakin's side as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure he
we
probably...
don't have it loud enough to be able to know that for sure, but...
Yeah, I know there's a bit of it spliced in different spots. But also, how does Yoda feel that, like,
Well, he
that
did
specific?
murder an entire village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I get, like, Obi-Wan being able to feel the Alderaan being destroyed, like, across the galaxy, because it's an entire planet, but, like, the turmoil of one specific person.
Yeah, but it's Yoda.
I guess. He's got all those metachlorians. Red leader, this is gold leader. Also, Obi-Wan somehow didn't get caught during all that stuff.
I also like how R2, or not R2, what is this, R7? R6?
I don't remember.
I like how he sounds very distinctively different than R2.
Well, there's my bike. I needed that.
It's the only way out of here.
Maybe we could take my dad's wheelchair, but... Oh, this is so grim.
Yeah, like, look at his facial expression.
You looked at Owen so dirty.
Yeah, he was pissed.
It's like Owen did that to his mom.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
I blame you.
I got you some blue milk. Like, this is like Luke's little workshop.
Yeah, I know.
Episode 4.
I know people give it like flack that they're like, why wouldn't Darth Vader know that he would be on Tatooine? It's like, why would he come back here?
Yeah.
Like, Why would there's no reason why you would think that oh yeah, let me go here.
Yeah. And that was a problem too in the original trilogy, because Owen and Beru were related to Luke Skywalker. At least that was the intention. So obviously they'd be related to Anakin in some way. He'd be aware of them.
But for this, he only met them for 2 days. Not even. He spends less than a couple hours with them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
They really do set up his motivation for the next movie.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that Anakin's turning point, basically, or at least when he reveals it to people out loud, is in this location, and Luke's kind of turning point to go find Leia, find Obi-Wan, all that stuff, is also in this location.
This is true.
Poetic. It's like poetry, and it rhymes.
And this was the moment that Padme fell in love. Because they literally don't do anything else together outside of this moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's basically the last real conversation they have with each other. Which is wild.
Anakin, you're talking genocide. It's getting me all hot and bothered. You're gonna have the moisture evaporators going.
See, even here, you're telling me Hayden Christensen can't act. Look at his face.
He's good, yeah.
Look at that chin troubling.
Mm-hmm.
He kills it. She's like, yeah, I want to have sex with him now.
I can fix him. You're a human.
He literally just confessed to killing 50 people. And Padme's like, aw, poor guy.
Let's not say that out loud ever again.
I want to know who the other grave sites are for.
I would assume Khalid's first wife, and the other tombstone looks pretty small, so I would guess a child of some sort.
Ooh.
Owen Jr.?
Oh no.
Or maybe it's just his leg. So they burned his leg.
Your lies. Khalid's leg.
The leg of Caligulars.
It's weird that he would pick up sand, considering how much he hates sand, supposedly.
Yeah, but he loves his mother more. He's facing his demons by strangling this bit of sand.
Does the woman playing Beru,
Mm-hmm.
does she have one line in this at all?
I think in the deleted scenes, yeah.
She has not spoken in this once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she says something, at least. I think she says hello when they introduce her.
I like that R2 comes out and he's like, sorry to interrupt the funeral, but I finally decoded that message from yesterday.
But also after this, she ended up stuck in some weird sex trafficking organization.
The actress?
Yeah.
Oh. Jesus.
Yeah, she managed to be the person that basically broke it to the news and whatever that it existed, and got all the people arrested. But yeah, that's
Jesus,
crazy stuff. Yeah,
that's insane.
I know, right? I wish I knew her name off the top of my head, but I don't. I'll put a visual. Fucking everyone's here.
Yeah, they really do got everyone.
Look at Obi-Wan was gunned down, and they're just like, well, something's going on. Don't know what.
Things happening on Geonosis. Perhaps more than meets the eye.
Mystery unfolding, it is.
Gunned down Obi-Wan was.
Killed by cartel he was.
Pragmatic we must be.
Send the emotionally unstable boy, the senator he must protect, to Geonosis.
We
Not
shall
go there ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. Send the one person that they're actively trying to kill.
Viceroy Gunray is there. Maybe we'll give him an easier time.
Yeah, like...
And we see what happens to them. They barely survive this.
Yeah, like, they really don't.
They're like, well, they're the
I'm
closest.
shocked they even
It's
take Padme prisoner. Like, why would they?
Yeah, he already wants her dead.
Yeah, and, like, I know Count Dooku is the reason that, like, they don't, but still.
C-3PO.
So why do they take C-3PO?
Because he's in the original trilogy, Will, and he needs more screen time to be established.
Yes.
Because Anthony Daniels had an ironclad contract. I guess, I don't know.
All of his eyes moving separately is really freaking me out. Look at how young Bail Organa looks.
Look at this weird, like...
Timmy Smith, or what? Jimmy Smith.
Jimmy Smith, yeah.
He looks
His, like, thin hair.
He looks so youthful.
Mm. Stares directly at Jar Jar. This feels so telegraphed. Like, everyone should be looking through this. Like, seeing through this deception.
Jar Jar's like,
Misa,
bomb bad idea, Misa haven't.
Misa Bombad Senator.
The Geonosian guys freaked me out, and still do as a child.
They're creepy, yeah.
Especially once they introduced the whole brainworm episode.
Yeah.
Most haunting episode of my childhood is that couple of episodes.
Yeah, it's freaky stuff.
It's horrifying. Such a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
We both are just like, oh, soaking in the Christopher Lee.
I wish they had actually established this a little bit earlier. Like, have him be in one scene in The Phantom Menace. I think that would really give a nice continuity to these movies.
I mean, in hindsight, the Tales of the Jedi stuff really make this scene more interesting.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
But that's like 20 years later.
Mm-hmm.
The truth! You can't handle the truth!
He just literally tells them their whole plan.
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
What if I told you that the Dark Lord of the Sith was in charge of the Senate? Oh, but what if they were incompetent Jedi? What if the Sith Lord was just very good at hiding in plain sight? Called Chancellor fuck. I mean, Darth Sidious. I didn't say that, okay?
That was a Freudian slip.
Freudian. I don't believe you. Oh, thank God.
Thank God that you're an idiot. I literally just told you.
I'm so glad I had you lobotomized before we had this conversation.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that would explain this.
That makes me think of the whole Christopher Lee thing where he's like, that's not what people act like when they get stabbed. That's not how a person acts and sounds like when they're lobotomized.
I told Peter Jackson that's not how it works.
The eyebrow raise there was so good.
I have personally lobotomized 12 people in my time in the SAS. Oh, there's some of the old Senate guards.
Also, why would the Senate listen to Jar Jar?
Because he's Bombad Senator, Will.
Yeah, but even then, like, he's the replacement senator for Queen Amidala.
Yeah, he's like junior senator. This is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
With great reluctance that I have agreed to this calling. I love the Republic.
No, I won't.
Watch the fall of democracy, we will, Master Windu. Also, those sleeves.
Mistake this is.
Probably not a good thing.
Fool Amidala was. Should not have appointed Gungan.
Gungan idiot, he is.
Speak worse than he does.
Sentences, at least, I can make. Though backwards they may be.
Backwards may be the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Every word be. How would they know those are steam and not some sort of noxious gas?
Mustard gas.
Aw. Well, presumably the ship is airtight, so like they'd be fine landing in it. But it's
Yeah, they open the
out.
air vent. They'll just die. R2 and
I'm
C3PO gotta fill the mission.
melting. Also, if it's steaming that heavily, you think going out there, you're probably getting like at least
she's-
first degree burns.
Just get a freaking poncho or whatever.
No, you haven't.
Freaking smoke detector.
I also like the detail that C-3PO clearly had a restraining bolt on him.
Yeah. You wonder how Quickler lost his
There's
leg?
a perfect landing platform in the steam. That's not suspicious at all.
Yes. And a doorway opens at the slightest touch. It's an R2 sized door.
I like that he calls him a mechanic.
You are below me.
For a mechanic, what do you mean?
You know, for an R2 unit, you're pretty good.
I don't like how dirty C-3PO is in this movie. Like, I know it like makes sense that cleaning C-3PO is probably not high on Owen's to-do list.
Yeah.
But it's just so gross.
Mm-hmm. This is C-3PO's low point in this story.
Also, Anakin didn't, sense that danger.
I think he's starting to. The walls are alive!
Gromit, why are the trees speaking Vietnamese?
Gromit?
Did that tree just speak Vietnamese?
Where's all my cheese, Gromit? Now, Ben Burtt's original plan for this was to have it be more, the sounds being done with, like, percussion instruments. Which was an interesting idea. I saw, like, the kind of test of it. But George didn't like it that much. They did kind of do a similar thing when they do the big arena thing, but for this specifically, more mechanical sounds were decided upon.
I think more mechanical was the right choice.
I think so too. Yeah. As neat and experimental as it would have been to do it the other way, I don't think it would have worked as well.
The actual process, if you watch it, for making the different battle droids makes no sense.
Yeah. I guess the Geonosians don't need railings because they can fly, but
yeah, there's so many OSHA violations.
Also, R2 just intentionally trying to kill C-3PO. That's for calling me a mechanic, you bigot. This feels like the Droids cartoon. Gonna be honest.
I didn't like the droids only episode of Clone Wars.
Yeah, those were not that great.
No, they were not.
But that was George's vision for Star Wars, Will. That was straight from his brain.
Well, it should have stayed there.
Stayed in his imagination.
Why is Anakin even bothering to cut down the machinery?
I don't know. Uh-oh, the Padme jar. It's gonna get boiled alive. Oh, you know this reminds me of, actually? Remember the movie Robots?
Yeah.
This reminds me of Robots. And not just because Ewan McGregor's in both of these.
I want to know how C-3PO's body and head work independently of each other.
Yeah, I don't know. And how it's like actually compatible to switch heads of these droids.
Yeah. And why does that droid instantly like activate and gain sentience when none of the other droids are moving or anything?
Because a bit of C-3PO's soul is in it.
Like it's already on, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know. C-3PO's already such a hodgepodge of pieces that it probably doesn't make a difference.
You would think that would have just destroyed his arm.
Imagine seeing this the first time and knowing that like Darth Vader's missing that hand and fancy that. They just assume that's how he loses his arm.
That would be such a goofy reasoning.
Yeah, I got crushed in a machine. Like some like Victorian like street urchin. Oi, that's Anakin Skywalker. See, he lost his hand in the machine.
He lost it in the printing press.
They say every one of Charles Dickens' books has a little bit of his blood in it.
Just imagining the behind the scenes where they're like, okay, now just scramble at the walls and look afraid. Scramble. Don't scramble till I tell you to.
Don't scramble till I tell you to. Quit moving.
Scramble.
Flash, scramble.
Okay, roll.
Now don't get up yet. Alright, chop, chop, chop. Roll, chop, roll.
I don't get the point of the big chopping blades.
I don't know, man. So he doesn't have a lightsaber after. Also, it seems like the only reason his hand was stuck was because he's still holding on to the lightsaber.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gonna let it go, maybe.
Yeah,
if he's still alive.
Worry.
Yeah, I think other things are gonna try to kill you first.
See, why aren't they just instantly killing Padme? Like, they know that they want her dead. It'd be funny. He just tossed the end of his lightsaber at him.
Pocket sand.
What is pocket sand from?
I don't remember.
That's from something.
It's from something. I'm sure we'll find it. The voice of the Geonosians is
Yeah, but see, like this is basically the next actual like full conversation they have after his mom died and he murdered an entire tribe.
True.
But this is the moment where they're like, oh, let us confess our love for each other, and it's like, Padme, why?
Because they're about to die. That's why. There is actually a deleted scene in between this where they are on trial with Count Dooku.
Wait, they really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it exists. It's out there. It's not very interesting. They cut it for a reason.
Lie. They really don't give these two very much to work with.
I don't know. It's not that bad, though.
It's not terrible, but it's just like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. I think he already knows.
It'll be funny. You know how Obi-Wan's already chained up out there?
Mm.
He just sees them in the tunnel and he's like, come on, guys.
He's like, Anakin, what did I tell you?
Like right here, he just sees them come out and he's like, what is this?
But also the people that did the Folly did the sound effects of them kissing. I think I might have mentioned that earlier.
Really?
Yeah, they just like had their hands and they just went next to the microphone and they were just like...
That's so funny.
Yeah. And Ben Burt was like actually impressed with it when he was watching it back because they filmed the reaction to it. And he's just like, wow, that's really good. How'd you do that? And they're like, we're not telling you.
I don't want to talk about it.
But, you know, Ben Burt also like accidentally microwaved his own sound effects because he had his old tapes and he's like, oh, these don't work very well. You got to heat them up a little bit. And he like toasted one. Like, he's like, he holds it out. He's like, this is a piece of art now. And it's just a reel of tape that's just like melted into a weird shape.
He's like, I'll remake them.
It's like, yeah, this is just historic, you know, film.
They didn't get very far.
Well, you know. Yeah, like Obi-Wan was more successful than them.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying to sneak around. He was just walking around.
He didn't even try.
All right, this is the start of like my favorite-ish moment in all of Star Wars is this whole arena scene in battle.
Yeah.
Doom, 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 doom.
And the creature design too is really good. Like I like it.
It is really good.
Each one is very like unique and very specific.
And the sounds the creatures make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shit. Back in the day, there was like some concept stuff for a Lego set of this, like a great big like thing, but never happened then or since even. It's quite surprising.
Yeah, Padme really gets out of there pretty quick.
She's resourceful, Will. Not damsel in distress this time.
Yeet. Yeet. They really didn't think this one out.
chains.
Wait, when did she rip the midsection? Because it was a full shirt before.
I don't know. I'm just gonna assume Newt Gunray did that. Little Boba Fett trying to see around freaking Poggle's head.
Yeah, good old Poggle the Lesser.
I think the voice of Poggle was the last like sound effects they did for this movie.
She can't do that.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
Yeah, you would think they would have had a contingency plan if they, start breaking free.
Yeah, shoot her. I don't know, they're probably not used to like executing Jedi.
I guess not, but Padme's also just a normal human.
Yeah, but you know. A mind trick. Also, where did Sleeve go?
That's what I'm saying.
She's just like getting less and less clothes the more this movie goes on.
Wah.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these aren't the most convincing compositing.
No, but it's still pretty good on the whole in movement.
Yeah, well, yeah, it lines up well, but it's a little. It feels a lot like a Ray Harryhausen film, like all those stop motion animals and stuff. But like, done with modern technology.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. The Geonosian guys were getting hyped for this.
Yeah.
This isn't how it's supposed to be. Echo, it is your...
Like, all right, the animals aren't working. Let's get the droidicas.
Yeah, Droidicas here seemed like a bit of overkill. You didn't have just like a guy with a sniper rifle?
Yeah. Also, Dooku doesn't look the most entertained. He's just standing there.
I want to know how Samuel Jackson managed to get so deep in.
Well, we saw how Anakin or how Obi-Wan did.
Imagine the other film where he just ignites his lightsaber through Dooku.
Yeah, just kills Dooku. Yeah. Also, see how he's got a blue lightsaber there, Ki-Adi-Mundi?
Yeah.
Later, he will have a green one.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then he'll have a blue one again.
Well, maybe he's stealing them from the corpses of other Jedi.
Maybe. I just think the continuity got a little screwed up. Also, Sam Jackson was really excited to actually do some lightsaber stuff. Because he was a real big fan of, like, Errol Flynn movies. Like the old, like, Robin Hood stuff. And he really wanted to do a lot of fencing and things.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he kind of did get to in the end.
He did, yeah, in this one and in the next one. But also, also that whole story of how he got the purple lightsaber is actually just, like, on film. Like, they were recording when they had that conversation.
Oh, yeah, no, that I knew.
It's like...
I've
like,
seen that clip.
How do lightsaber colors work? And he's like, well, bad guys got red, and good guys got, green or blue.
He's like, how does a motherfucker get purple?
He's like, you can have purple.
I'll see what I can do. And it's like, George, you decide those things.
George, you are a god. Please tell us. Battle droids are so satisfying to watch get, like, cut to pieces.
I mean, most droids should not be a threat to Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, I get droids with high numbers, but...
Mm-hmm. I do like some of the lines that they give to C-3PO when he's killing.
Like, die, Jedi dogs!
Yeah. I wonder how many Jedi he actually killed.
Probably like one.
But it's forever on his conscience, Will. He has to live with that. Hey, there's your favorite guy.
Dino Man dies instantly.
Dino Man. Dooku just looks so happy with that. I knew that guy back at the academy. He once stole my seat.
Like, why, Django?
Why would you try to do that?
You literally fought completely fine against Obi-Wan, but now you're fighting Samuel Jackson. You're like, oh, let me use 0% of my brain.
Let me just bumble around. Like Boba Fett will in the future. He did manage to kill that thing, though.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
There's a little shadow of the head.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I did see that
it was
for
flying
a second.
Out, yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I like how that gets a reaction out of Dooku.
He's like, oh man, you killed our genetic thing. But also the fact that, like, the Jedi know that this guy is in cahoots with the Separatists, and they're like, that's the guy that all the clones are based on. They're like, nothing suspicious here. Nothing to look into.
No, it's so stupid.
It's all on the up and up.
And the whole thing of, like, oh, why are they making these clones?
Mm-hmm.
It's not suspicious at all.
Yeah. Like they should be able to figure this out. Like this isn't like 4D chess.
No,
This is checkers at best.
this is
This is fucking snakes and ladders.
this is like barely playing Uno.
This is barely Uno. Yeah. The negotiations were short. I know the droids are afraid of this thing. Fuck. Obi-Wan likes cutting limbs off of things. What a drag.
Peak comedy.
That's some George Lucas writing right there.
Do you see that guy rolling around trying to block shots on the ground?
Yeah, he ain't living to the next movie.
I think he got shot in the same shot, but still.
Why does C-3PO and R2-D2 have to be in this? Like this, they feel so out of place.
Cross-cutting for comedic tension.
Oh, I see.
You don't even see them in this wide shot either.
Yeah, I know, right?
The super battle droids in this are so much more menacing than the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, it took me so long to realize that the super battle droids still have the head of the normal battle droids that's just tucked into their weird, body.
Also, I like that Obi-Wan was like actually looking at a dead person.
Yeah, he was checking on the guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they captured Ki-Adi-Mundi
And Plo Koon.
and Plo Koon, yeah. Didn't fight till the bitter end. Cowards.
Yeah, they surrendered.
They surrendered.
That's probably why they don't have their lightsabers, though. So that's probably why he has a green one later.
That's a good point.
See, this is big brain.
This Will's big brain there going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go. Come on, big money.
Now, the sound effects for these ships was made with a Vickers Vimy, which is like a great big bomber from World War I, and it was the last surviving version of that plane in existence. Also, the first plane to ever cross the Atlantic without stopping. And Ben Burt was just like, I like that sound. That's a good sound. I'm going to use that.
I like how that side laser pod is like never used again outside of this battle.
Pretty much, yeah. Cut to like 12 episodes of the Clone Wars and they do the exact same thing.
No, but they always have the side pod things off.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the first clone to die in war.
We remember TK 2127.
Is that his name?
I don't know.
I don't know. I was like, maybe you know that name.
I bet someone's named that clone at some point. They get left behind. I forget how they get back, actually.
It's never explained. They
Yeah.
get left behind.
Same with Jango Fett, or same with Boba Fett. Maybe they just catch a ride together. They
Yeah,
take the
I
slave
don't know.
one
They're
back.
both like, hey kid,
Hello, child, help us, please.
can you drop us off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the sounds they make is really sick.
Mm-hmm. See, this is starting to feel like an actual war.
Boom! I see. Like, I'd watch a whole movie of just this.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I also like the Jedi leading the like clones on the front lines,
Mm-hmm.
and their whole strategy room with the like big hologram table.
Yeah, big Death Star.
Also,
Plans.
all their flags are showing holograms too, or like little
Yeah.
screens, whatever they are. They're not flags.
Little banners that are...
I want to know though, how were they so quickly able to create 3D models of all the Republic's weaponry?
I'm sure Palpatine just handed them a little floppy disk.
Yeah, I like the Death Star spinning in the background too.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but I haven't finished. I made it in
Oh,
Blender.
no! That's also the first like group of clones you see die in the Clone
Yeah.
Wars.
That's the sad batch.
Yeah.
Like how Yoda's there, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he didn't get off. Yoda, no one heard you say that.
What?
Like, how would the pilot know that? Like, presumably another clone passed that along, but still. Those big spider droid guys are pretty sick.
Yeah, I like them too.
And the little spider droid
Little
guys.
crab droids. Or no, those aren't the crab ones. They're the
No, that's not the crab droid.
crab droids are the other one. They're in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, they, like, really show that corpse there for a second.
Mm-hmm. Poof. Destroy the command pod.
What does he say? All guns focus fire on the nearest command ship. I do like the gunships that drop off the tanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are
Like,
cool.
that's really sick. Oh, this battle is so good.
And I like how things are traveling at like different speeds from other
Yeah.
things. It feels more realistic that way, I think.
Oof. It's a sick explosion.
Good use of purple.
This is like one of my favorite moments in all of A Star of the Wars.
Mm-hmm. Because it's actual War of the Stars that we're seeing. Fine, leave the party now. Yes, I will take the Death Star plans and I will build the Death Star.
Pew, 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 pew. I like once all the dust starts getting kicked up
Yeah.
when that first like Federation pod thing goes down.
Yeah, it's a good scene. Where it's all like dusty and foggy and they're like fighting through it.
The Geonosians running looks so weird.
Well, so who's that guy?
Yeah, what?
Just some Neimoidian just hanging around. I am on my motorcycle and I will ride off.
I don't get why he takes the tiniest motorcycle though.
I don't know, man.
It's like the only normal thing that Yoda says.
Yeah, it's like the most concise he's ever been.
Fire your concentrate on the nearest starship.
Nearest starship, destroy it, please. Now.
Boom. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's so good.
Yeah, this whole like last half hour of the movie like really makes up for the rest of it.
It's so good. This is
Yeah,
why
this is an awesome scene.
This is why I loved it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the like close-up shots of all the clones, even though literally none of this is real. It's
Yeah.
one CGI enemy fighting another CGI enemy in
Yeah.
CGI dust. But it just looks so good. You get all the like light from the lasers and everything.
What an excuse. Can you? I remember years ago when I was in like early high school in media arts class, I made with Photoshop a little thing that's the Thug Life, and it was Count Dooku on his little bike. It was like black and white, and he had those like
Yeah, I think I remember that.
those like little meme shades. I'm pretty sure I could find that if I look hard enough. I'll throw that up in the video. This is a good scene too, actually. I think this is the best scene between these two in this entire movie.
Yeah, it is.
Cut to Yoda like he's like sensing this or something. Wow, Yoda, you've stopped speaking all gibberishy.
Yeah, he really just talks normally here in battle for a
Like
second.
he can if he wants. He just chooses not to, apparently.
Yeah, apparently, he just chooses to be an ass.
Yeah.
Those clothes really did just die.
Who knew that the lucky one was the one that jumped out to save Padme?
Yeah, apparently.
Zap.
Anakin really does learn his lesson from that one, though.
Mm-hmm.
Although he doesn't carry it forward into, his later years. Although I guess Anakin never blocks Force lightning with a lightsaber. Like, you never see him do that, I don't
He
think.
never tries it, I don't think. I don't think there'd ever be a situation where he'd have to do it anyway, though.
Oh, well, he's fought Dooku a bunch, though. And I feel like even in the Clone Wars show, he always gets zapped by Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very rarely, I feel like he blocks Force lightning whenever Dooku fires it at him.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee was really eating up the close-ups in this.
Oh, well, that's all he had, because, like,
No, I know.
he was, like, 70 years old. He wasn't going to do all the sword
Still,
fighting.
like, he really gets into it, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's his strength. He's got a face, you know? Well, obviously he's got a face. he's got a face for acting.
He's just got a face for machismo.
Twice the pride, double the fall.
Twice the pride, double the fall. I love this duel too.
Especially when it gets dark.
Yeah, it's not even the most fast-paced duel, but it's well choreographed and it's well paced, and it just it really does feel like Dooku is toying with them. Like in the Obi-Wan really is not a threat to him.
Mm-hmm. So you can say that again.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, here we go.
This is why the sequel lightsaber duels suck.
Yeah, like that shot right there is enough. Like the big wide shot of them, the lightsabers over their heads.
And the close-ups.
The close-ups too, yeah. Well, close-ups, of course. But that one shot where you can see the smoke kind of rising up, yeah, beautiful.
Like, this is even maybe as crazy choreographed as some of the other things that people complain about.
Mm-hmm.
But they clearly put more thought into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like two people. It feels like they're actually using lightsabers rather than it's two people whacking at each other with, like, sticks.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Also, the Yoda shadow is so good.
You probably already know this, but when they filmed this, they had a little stand-in for Yoda.
Yeah.
That was like a little puppet.
Yeah.
They put little Dracula teeth on it. And Christopher Lee was kind of amused, but also like, was like, really?
Yeah, well, he's a professional, Steve. He doesn't have time for knickknacks and jokes.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Christopher Lee. I appreciate your comedy, but I am a paid professional.
Show me some Looney Tunes and maybe we'll change my tune.
The funny papers.
Where is Tweety Bird and Sylvester? Christopher.
I do not appreciate this mockery.
Making a fool of me.
I will have you killed by my contacts in MI6.
I took Dracula very seriously. You could ask Peter Cushing if he wasn't already dead.
This is one of the coolest moments when you see Yoda reflect back the lightning.
Yeah, just absorb it into his hand. And I feel like this would have been enough. I don't think we needed Yoda to fight with a lightsaber. Not that it bugs me that much, but like it just seems a little.
No, you could have really gone right into him crushing the pillar and then dropping it on them.
You could just cut the scene when it comes up.
I liked the fight though.
It's cool, yeah. And it gave us that Yoda screech that we get in the video games when he dies. Exactly.
I also like though that you do get to see Yoda really go to town. And as we know, if Yoda ever decides to get off his ass, all of Star Wars changes.
There's more of the yelling.
Who did the yells for Yoda?
I think it was Frank Oz.
Really?
I feel like it, yeah. I don't know, maybe it was someone else, but...
Their comp there looked a little questionable. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was a little iffy.
Like, it should just be a shot of them on the floor, but something about that looked wrong.
Yeah, even that too.
Yeah, like
I think the perspective's a little off.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have a good high angle. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, look at the cutout on their hands, even.
I think the budget's running out, Will. Spend too much on the fake teeth for the Yoda doll. Also, they could have easily stopped Count Dooku.
Oh yeah,
like he's just standing there, and they could. Oh, take that gunship and go shoot him down.
The gunship could just go shoot him with torpedoes.
Yeah, he's got his little Art Deco pilot and then the friggin' sail. He's like not going anywhere.
Or like, presumably there's ships in orbit that brought everyone there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, how'd they escape off the planet? Like, with that giant blockade there.
Yeah, I don't know.
How'd they get off? I don't know. It's weird.
See, here you go. See Padme go run up and kiss Anakin right in front of everyone.
Wait, really?
Yeah, watch. Yoda's like watching them do it. And so is Obi-Wan. They're right there.
Maybe it was just a hug.
I don't know. I think I saw lips touching.
I
heard that Foley going off.
We gotta zoom in.
Zoom, enhance, zoom, enhance. That's the fault of this digital. It only goes up to 1080p, and that's it. There's no 4K of this, Will.
Ooh, did you see the lightning on Coruscant? That was sick.
At least not a true 4K, because this was like filmed in 1080.
You would think they would have put out some sort of warning to Coruscant, even to be like, yeah, don't let this ship come in.
If you see Count Dooku, kill him on sight right now. Don't ask questions. Maybe Palpatine was like, that's a bit strong language. We won't kill him.
Like Dark Lord Sith song.
Oh. Well, it's the Emperor's music.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's also the Naboo celebration music, but slowed down. We so free. I kind of want to take the scene of the Emperor arriving on the Death Star, where it does the music, and just speed it up to that music. So he's like walking really fast, and they got the
like Benny Hill.
Also, I think that's the only time we see Palpatine in the robes in this movie.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of screen time for Palpatine in this.
Ian McDermott had an easy day. He probably shot all his scenes in like a couple days.
Yeah, a little bit of time in the makeup chair to look all wrinkly and old, but yeah. Also, where do the chairs go? Like, well, a lot of the Jedi died, so we gotta like get new chairs made. They're just empty.
Yeah, why'd they get rid of all of them?
I don't know.
Only Yoda gets a chair. We got to decide a new council. Yeah, gets a chair.
No chairs until we decide. You gotta build your chair yourself.
You must build the chair with the Force. That'd be such a weird detail.
BYOC. Bring your own chair.
Or BYOC would be build your own chair.
Build your own chair. There you go.
The Clone Wars have.
You can't decide that.
Yeah,
Yoda.
he named it real quick. Also, why bring all the clones to Coruscant?
Propaganda.
I guess.
You gotta show the people, Will. This is the new army of the Republic. Palpatine was talking about it. And why is no one questioning that they have thousands and thousands of troops 3 days later? I don't know. Bail Organa's just like, okay, I guess.
Politics.
Fuck, they make clones fast, don't they?
You know what maybe been a more interesting way of doing it?
What?
Is that if the clone army already slightly existed and was out doing things like for hire,
Yeah.
so that it even makes them a little bit more questionable, if that makes sense?
Well, the old writers back in the day, before the prequels were made, thought the clones were the ones being fought by the Republic.
That would be interesting, too. Yeah, you can get married there.
Oh, that'd be nice. Can I get R2-D2 and C-3PO to be there, too?
You gotta pay extra for that.
Yeah. Can I get that old guy?
Ooh, creepy robot.
I think that was a reshoot, that hand, to have that included.
You know what's funny?
What?
Not only would R2 be present when they meet, when they get married, when she gives birth.
Yeah, he sees like everything.
Yeah, man. He even sees Luke die, basically, almost.
Does he see when the twins are conceived?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Probably.
However, poor C-3PO gets his memory wiped. No memory of this.
Yeah.
R2-D2, though, like, knows everything. Because they specifically make a point of saying how he's never been wiped. Like,
yeah.
Like, or, I don't know. Well,
that's it.
Been Attack of the Clones.
That felt a lot quicker than the other movies, to be honest.
Because it's a good movie.
Well,
okay, it's not perfect.
It's it's okay movie.
It's enjoyable.
I think it's my least favorite out of the original 6 films.
Yeah, that's
But,
fair.
like, that's still better than a lot of the new ones, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I would watch Attack of the Clones over any of the sequels.
Yeah, but also, like, the last time I saw this was probably on VHS, so, like...
Oh, Ben Burt was also an editor?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
Huh.
Trisha Biggar for the costumes. I love her. Like, she's got so many good costumes throughout this trilogy.
So much work to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, all the background characters even. Oh, my God.
And just the ornateness of, like, Padme's costumes. And
little Ewan McGregor killing it.
Also, top billing for Ewan.
Yeah, Natalie Portman next. Makes sense. She's definitely a bigger actor or actress, especially at this point. She would have done a lot.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen third is questionable. Frank Oz.
Frank Oz is fourth.
Frank Oz's fourth is wild.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got... Who's Pernilla August?
Maybe she was that girl you were looking at.
Maybe. Ahmed Best. How are these people...
Governor Bibble's above C-3PO? What?
Well, like, how is Samuel Jackson not top billing either?
Well, he's got the special, like, with Sam Jackson and Christopher Lee. Like, these are special credited spots.
Yeah, but, like, they'd be probably the biggest name actors in this movie.
Yeah. But that's why they're at last with, like, the extra, like,
I guess
and this person and that person. They're
Fair
introducing, enough. So-and-so. Yeah. Oh, Doug Chang, his art for this stuff, like the concept stuff, beautiful.
Well, that's been it.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed. Well, what do we want them to comment if anyone makes it to the end, Steve?
I don't know, man. Just favorite Yoda quote, but it has to be, like, written in proper English.
Until we meet again for Revenge of the Sith in a month.
Yeah. See you later.